Josh Rice was not happy with Michael Page in the opening laps of the Gobbler at Duck River Raceway Park earlier today. And he expressed his displeasure on the track with a little bit of retaliation against Michael Page after Page kind of fenced him in the exit of turn 2. Wrote this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. So the Middle Tennessee Racing News Facebook page shared video of Rice, Josh Putnam, and Page being all extraordinarily aggressive on the start of the Gobbler. Rice was able to grab the lead with a slider through 1 and 2 to keep Putnam behind him. Putnam returned the favor the next lap through a heavy slider, but he got a little sideways at the exit of turn 2, and that allowed Rice to easily cross him over. And then Page was able to get underneath him too, and Putnam ended up falling to third with that move. On the next lap, through 1 and 2, Rice entered high while Page ran a slider line and fenced Rice. Rice was none too happy about it and retaliated as they were entering turn 3. He got Page sideways, but did not appear to damage Page's car while Rice's night was ended. We can take a look at it right here. Obviously, Josh Rice is in that number 11 car, on the bottom. Josh Putnam in the green and black car on the outside, and then Michael Page is here in the white car in the second row on the inside, and I think that's Jaden Frame on the outside. And this is the beginning of the Gobbler here. So let's take a look. Again, this is from the Middle Tennessee Racing News Facebook page here. So let's take a look. So, I mean, let's just stop it right there. I mean, that's just some absolutely great racing. This is why we love dirt late model racing. That nice slider there by Josh Rice in the first turn there in 1 and 2, and then Putnam throwing it in the next lap, and then obviously getting a little bit sideways there on the exit of turn 2. Rice able to cross him over. Page able to kind of slide underneath him as well. He fell to third right here, and then this is where we'll see Michael Page make his move on the next lap here. So there you go. There it is. I mean, obviously, from my perspective, Michael Page clearly knew Rice was running that top side, drifted up the track there, running that slider line there, and just put Rice into the wall there. That's what happened to me. Rice was not happy about it. My guess is that his car was kind of already junked after he got fenced into the wall. He realized it was junked, and he wanted to ensure that Michael Page would suffer the same fate. Unfortunately, that did not happen. It looks like he only got Page a little bit sideways there, and Page was actually able to continue the race, and he actually ended up winning the race after Josh Putnam had luck not go his way. After exiting the race, Rice shared this over on Facebook. He says, "Christmas is next month, but in the spirit of the holidays, we got a bad slider gifted to us early, finished 22nd on to the dome." So he's kind of being a little bit charitable there, saying that it was a bad slider gifted to us early. That's one way of putting it. I definitely feel like that's being a little bit charitable, describing it as a bad slider there. That's definitely what it was, but I just think that was just a way too late of a slider. He knew that Rice was there on the outside, and he clearly didn't send it in as much as Putnam had done earlier. Maybe he didn't want to make the same mistake, so he's trying to do it a little bit later, but obviously used up Josh Rice there on the exit of turn 2. So understandable why Josh Rice would be upset at him there. But as I was saying, Josh Putnam had his own problems. It looked like he was going to be the car to beat. I mean, he literally was running away with the race. Looked like he had a good half straightaway plus lead after he was able to get the lead from Michael Page. However, he made contact with a slowing car in turns 1 and 2. That damaged his car and forced him to exit the race, where he ended up finishing in 13th. We can take a look at this right here. Again, this happens towards the end of the video right here. So that is the damage that would end Josh Putnam right there. Really had nowhere to go, was committed to the outside line. That other car there obviously had some kind of failure as he was getting through the middle of 1 and 2 there. Came to slow down extraordinarily quickly. And again, Putnam nowhere to go, tries to avoid him, but clearly makes contact there with his right rear. And that would end his night, according here to Middle Tennessee Racing News. My Race Pass confirming that he ended up finishing in, I think, what did I say, 13th? I think he ended up finishing in 13th place there when all was said and done. Page would go on to win the race. He bested Dalton Cook, who finished in second. Cameron Marlar rounded out the podium, finishing in third. Dylan Tidmore finished fourth, and last year's Gobbler champion, Oakley Johns, finished in fifth. Obviously, looked like it was a really good race there down at Duck River Raceway Park. It was a great race last year when we got to watch it on Hunt the Front TV. I was a little bit disappointed that no one picked it up to broadcast this one. This is definitely one that I think that Dirt Vision or Flow or Hunt the Front should try to get on because it was definitely looked like it was one to watch. And obviously some pretty good names there with Josh Rice, with Michael Page, with Josh Putnam. You had Cameron Marlar there. Like I said, Dalton Cook was there. So some really good, solid regional drivers there. Good competition and really good racing. I mean, those first 3 laps were just excellent racing. That's why we love dirt late model racing there. Obviously, aside from the slider there from Michael Page, wish that didn't happen. And we would have got to continue seeing them kind of just throwing those haymakers as we got to see Putnam and Rice do those first 2 laps. Because that's why, in my opinion, why the sport is so good, because you get to see those just crazy sliders, that just really tough racing, and these guys just kind of laying it all out there. So really good racing there, laps 1 and 2. Unfortunately for Josh Rice, that Michael Page kind of ran that slider line there and put him into the fence. And then he obviously was not happy about it and expressed that dissatisfaction right there heading into turn 3, just kind of gassing it up and running into him, trying to end Page's night after, I think, this is just my kind of speculation, is that his car was junked there after getting fenced, and he was trying to deliver the same fate to Michael Page, the guy who did junk his car with that slider. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.